What really is Bitcoin? Will it ever be worth $1 million? Bitcoin is a digital currency that does not have a central bank or a single administration. Bitcoin employs peer-to-peer technology to function without a central authority or banks. The network manages transactions and issues Bitcoins collectively. Bitcoin is open source. Its design is available to the public. No one owns or controls Bitcoin, and everyone may participate. Because of several of its unique features, Bitcoin enables exciting uses that could not be supported by any prior payment system. So let's dive into details about Bitcoin. What really is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a digital currency that was launched in January 2009. It is based on the principles presented in a white paper by the pseudonymous Satoshi Nakamoto. The name of the individual or people who invented Bitcoin is still unknown. Bitcoin promises reduced transaction costs than standard online payment methods and, unlike government-issued currencies, is run by a decentralized authority. Bitcoin is a sort of monetary unit. There is no physical Bitcoin, rather balances are recorded on a public ledger that everyone can see. A tremendous amount of processing power is used to verify every Bitcoin transactions. Bitcoin is neither issued nor guaranteed by any banks or governments, nor is it worth anything as a commodity. Despite the fact that it is not legal money in most areas of the globe, Bitcoin is extremely popular and has sparked the creation of hundreds of rival cryptocurrencies known as altcoins. The term Bitcoin is frequently shortened as BTC. The Bitcoin system is comprised on a network of computers, also known as nodes, or miners, that all execute Bitcoin's code and store its blockchain. A blockchain may be seen metaphorically as a collection of blocks. Each block contains a set of transactions. No one can trick the system since all computers running the blockchain have the same list of blocks and transactions and can observe these fresh blocks being filled with new Bitcoin transactions in real time. Anyone, whether or not they operate a Bitcoin node, may view these transactions in real time. To commit a heinous crime, a malicious user would need to control 51% of the computer power that makes up Bitcoin. As of June 2021, Bitcoin has about 10,000 nodes, and this number is rising, making such an assault implausible. However, if an assault were to occur, Bitcoin miners, the individuals who participate in the Bitcoin network via their computers, would most likely fork to a new blockchain, making the malicious user's effort to carry out the attack futile. Bitcoin token balances are stored using public and private keys, which are lengthy strings of numbers and characters connected by the mathematical encryption method that created them. The public key, similar to a bank account number, acts as the address that is made public and to which others may transfer Bitcoin. The private key, similar to an ATM PIN, is supposed to be kept private and is only used to approve Bitcoin transactions. Bitcoin keys are not to be confused with a Bitcoin wallet, which is a physical or digital device that facilitates Bitcoin transactions and allows users to track coin ownership. The word wallet is a little deceptive, because Bitcoin is never held in a wallet, but rather decentralized on a blockchain. Peer-to-peer technology. Bitcoin was one of the first digital currencies to make use of peer-to-peer technology to enable rapid payments. Bitcoin miners are the independent individuals and businesses who own the governing computing power and participate in the Bitcoin network. They are in charge of processing transactions on the blockchain and are motivated by rewards, which includes the release of new Bitcoin and transaction fees paid in Bitcoin. These miners may be regarded as the decentralized authority ensuring the Bitcoin network's legitimacy. New Bitcoin are distributed to miners at a set, though declining rate. There are only 21 million Bitcoins available for mining. Approximately 18 million Bitcoins are in circulation as of June 2021, with fewer than 3 million Bitcoins still to be mined. In this way, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies vary from fiat money. In centralized banking systems, currency is released at a pace that corresponds to the increase in products. This method is meant to preserve price stability. A decentralized system, such as Bitcoin, determines the release rate in advance and according to an algorithm. Bitcoin mining. Bitcoin mining is the process of releasing Bitcoin into circulation. Mining, in general, entails solving computationally challenging problems in order to discover a new block, which is then added to the blockchain. Bitcoin mining is the process of adding and verifying transaction records throughout the network. Miners are compensated with Bitcoin, which is half every 210,000 blocks. In 2009, the block reward was 50 new Bitcoins. The third halving happened on May 11, 2020. Reducing the reward for each block discovery to 6.25 Bitcoins. To mine Bitcoin, a variety of devices may be used. Some, however, provide greater benefits than others. Certain computer chips, known as application-specific integrated circuits, ASIC, as well as more powerful processing units, such as graphic processing units, GPUs, can gain more prizes. These complex mining processors are referred to as mining rigs. One Bitcoin may be divided to 8 decimal places, 100 millionths of a Bitcoin, and the lowest unit is known as a Satoshi. If required, and if the participating miners agree, Bitcoin may be made divisible to even more decimal places. History of Bitcoin. On August 18, 2008, Bitcoin.org was a registered domain name. At the moment, this domain is "who is guard protected," which means that the identity of the person who registered it is not public knowledge. On October 31, 2008, a person or group going by the name Satoshi Nakamoto announces to the cryptography mailing list at metsdow.com, "I've been working on a new electronic cash system that's fully peer-to-peer, with no trusted third party." This now famous white paper published on Bitcoin.org, entitled, Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, would become the Magna Carta for how Bitcoin functions today. On January 3, 2009, Block 0 was the first Bitcoin block to be mined. This is also known as the Genesis block, because it contains the text, "The times the 3rd of January 2009 Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks," maybe as proof that the block was mined on or after that date, and possibly as pertinent political commentary. On January 8, 2009, the cryptography mailing list receives notification about the release of the initial version of the Bitcoin software. On January 9, 2009, Block 1 has been mined, and Bitcoin mining may now begin in earnest. Who is Satoshi Nakamoto? Nobody knows who invented Bitcoin, at least not definitively. Satoshi Nakamoto is the name given to the person or group of individuals that published the first Bitcoin whitepaper in 2008 and worked on the first Bitcoin software, which was launched in 2009. Many people have claimed or been suggested as the real-life people behind the pseudonym in the years following, but as of July 2021, the genuine identity, or identities, of Satoshi remains unknown. Although it is easy to embrace the media's narrative that Satoshi Nakamoto is a solitary, eccentric genius who developed Bitcoin out of thin air, such inventions rarely occur in a vacuum. All important scientific findings, no matter how unique they appear to be, are based on prior study. Adam Back's Hashcash, developed in 1997, was followed by Wei Day's B-Money, Nick Szabo's BitGold, and Hal Finney's reusable proof of work. The Bitcoin whitepaper mentions Hashcash and B-Money, as well as a variety of other publications from a variety of academic disciplines. Unsurprisingly, many of the people behind the other initiatives mentioned above have been suspected to have played a role in the creation of Bitcoin. There are a number of plausible reasons why Bitcoin's creator chose to conceal their identity. One is privacy. As Bitcoin has grown in prominence, becoming something of a global phenomenon, Satoshi Nakamoto would almost certainly attract a lot of attention from the media and governments. Another reason might be Bitcoin's potential to cause a huge upheaval in the present banking and monetary systems. If Bitcoin gains widespread acceptance, it has the potential to outperform nations' sovereign fiat currencies. This danger to existing money may compel governments to seek legal redress against Bitcoin's inventor. Will Bitcoin ever be worth $1 million? Bitcoin will reach $1 million every coin, CoinDesk Learn editor Ollie Leach said. I honestly believe it will, at some point, since the scarcity element alone makes it an extremely interesting asset to have. Bitcoin is unrivaled. The main question is when Bitcoin will pass $1 million. According to Leach, the next Bitcoin halving, a major technical event in which the number of Bitcoins given to miners is slashed in half, is scheduled for 2024, and it will almost certainly result in a large price increase. The year after halving always appears to produce a significant rise, Leach added. That's what we are witnessing now. Bitcoin's previous halving occurred in 2020, and prices have risen dramatically this year. I'm not sure when Bitcoin will reach $1 million, but it will most certainly be after 2025. Although, Bitcoin has recently seen fluctuations. It is believed that Bitcoin holds a good future for investors. So it sounds like a great investment at the moment. Stay tuned to our channel for the ultimate guide on cryptocurrencies.